Welcome back to Wild and Weird Radio Live, everybody. It is awesome to be in the house with you tonight, and I'm being joined by the executive producer himself, Mr. Adam Good. What's going on, brother?
Oh, happy to be here tonight. Been moving trees today.
Yeah, it seems to be a trend. Ron, everybody, as you noticed, Ron isn't with us this evening. And Ron has had some issues with a tree that started having issues back at the end of summer. And here it is. So he's good. Everything's good. Everything's all, nothing crazy happened. It's just an issue there on the pole, and got to get that sorted out. So,
well, I went over as Mr. Good, and I executive produced.
Very good. Very good. Well, we got Tommy Swigger in the house. What's going on, Tommy? Good to see you. Lisa's here. Yes, trick or treat. That is why we got a little bit of a late start tonight. I was out trick or treating with my bunch. We had a good time. Did you get anybody out at your house, Adam?
Lord, no.
Yeah, I didn't figure. It's kind of
no.
I mean, it would be for a great haunted trail.
Yeah, as long as we've been here,
never.
No. We get all the candy though.
Well, that's good. That's good. So we've got Anita Allen in the house. Hello, weird family. Got to get the pumpkin seeds out of the oven. Oh man, I love some roasted pumpkin seeds.
Those are the best.
Hit them with a little bit of seasoned salt.
Oh, it's the best.
All day.
A little bit of rosemary is great too.
Oh yeah. Like if you're doing like you can do an herbed one really well, and do like some rosemary and thyme and get it real savory.
Yeah, we're gonna make everybody hungry tonight, aren't we?
Exactly. Oh, Terry McCullough's here. What's going on, Terry? Good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Remember when they used to offer free x-rays for your kids? Yes, I do remember that. Got to make sure there's no razor blades.
Thank you, Halloween.
Nikki Bennett. Hello, everyone. Hello, back right at you. CJ Boker in the house. Absolutely. I think CJ's been watching the show for a little bit too much. I've heard my terminology off. Spooky Appalachia. What's going on? Thanks for sharing the show out, Spook. Good to have you. I need to get over there. Everybody go check out. He's got a new karate page. Spooky, go ahead and post that up in here when you get a chance.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's good times. James Nelson, Linda Sigmund, how's it going? It's been a long time since I've got to do the intro. It's kind of fun. I've missed doing that. I did that. Anybody who listens to the audio version of the podcast, it was always opened by the welcome back. And then once we got into the live stuff, Ron jumped into the intro there, and it was fun. So that was fun for me there. It was a good throwback.
Oh yeah.
LR, happy Halloween right back at you. Angie, good to see you. You guys, everybody that was here that went out to the St. Albans Halloween party. Looked like you guys had an absolute blast last night. It was good being able to see some of you for a bit.
It was brilliant. It was great seeing you there for the minute you were there.
Right. It was like a Bigfoot sighting. Donna Ho, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Ada Cox, what's going on? Then, hey, there we go. Appalachian Karate Online. Looky there.
There we go. There it is.
Love seeing you. Love seeing it. That's Jimothy's other page. Then who else? Oh, there's Ron. The keyboard factory fell into ruins. Yeah, that's what it was. Too bad there wasn't any chocolate and like cookies that flew out at the same time, huh?
The elves are delicious and covered in chocolate, though.
John Samerka, what's up, y'all? I'm here for some Halloween shenanigans. Good. This is the place for shenanigans, my friend. I can't post the link. I don't think I got to be mad. Beth Duncan's in the house. Hope you guys and your kids had fun trick-or-treating tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Just got back with the kids. Angie, anytime. Like I really do wish I could make it more to those meetings. It's just so dang hard, especially with the new job. Because like
I got no job.
normally I cruise through half an hour after you already get started.
Losers.
Gary Schuler's in the
Nothing.
house. And let's see. I think that's yeah, there we go. We're caught up. We're caught up. So
My disciples from the meditation, Gary there.
yeah. Gary's great. I love Gary.
Oh, he's wonderful.
So what did I know you went over and you helped out Ron a little bit today. That was awful good.
Yeah, I got
Pun intended.
I was able to get a very small tour of Ron's bunker.
Oh yeah.
But it was just the upstairs. Nothing special, but got paid
the tour.
Well, you got paid in water and
Yeah.
liquid IV, and off we went.
There we go. Yeah, there was that tree. It was. I got to look at it tonight because I stopped by his house and dropped something off on the way back from trick or treating, and it was just really punky at the bottom. Like it looked like it had been the bottom had rotted out a long time ago, and I'm surprised that the whole thing didn't go all at once when that top came out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I gotta say, it made it so much lighter. I looked at it, and I know that it would just be like you could pick it up and haul just about.
Yeah. Beth said running around with Elsa and Deadpool. Couldn't be happier. That's a fantastic combo. Both Disney princesses.
Oh, yes.
So, anybody have anything interesting happen this week over there? I know that we were out. We actually went out. We went filming this past weekend. Can't get in too much.
No, NDA.
Yep. But we did get some results. It wasn't like an absolute, oh my God, kind of moment, but like we did get some results that were really interesting.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun and brilliant. I mean, getting the small results that we did, not that they were small,
Yeah.
but just it was still, I mean, I feel like I'm downplaying it now, but it was still really a good time. And
Yeah,
I think
it really was
fun. We got something that everybody here will enjoy, is what I'm trying to get at.
Agreed. We and guys, we're not fair weather researchers, and last weekend proved that to the program. Ron's like orbs, UFOs, Mothman, psyop, not like a psyop, like a PSIOP, but a CAP.
Yep.
But yeah, we did get some pretty interesting results, and it's showing us how valuable the assets that we take in the field really are.
Exactly.
Beyond just the people, like the hardware that you guys have even helped us accrue over the years. It just the data collection is off the charts. So Taco 2 spit now I want Taco Bell. I think that's what I do for lunch tomorrow. So we got we got some interesting data, but it's almost November, guys.
Yeah.
So we know we've got that big UAP hearing coming up soon. It's supposed to have some, behind the scenes sort of stuff going on. They've not released any of the names of the witnesses yet. And apparently, according to Tim Burchett, they are not, because of some of the issues that they had last go around. So I'm really interested to see what comes out of this.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I mean,
yeah.
Every time it's, a nothing sandwich, kind of, there's not much meat, but it's still fun going into it, getting prepared to go through everything. Even if we get nothing, it's still going to be fun.
Cold Creek catfishing. What you go Billy there for short with your name. Good to have you here, Cold Creek. Billy. We've spent some time down there in good old Logan, West Virginia. I spent a lot of time there growing up, but we actually collected a very interesting thermal footage, two sets of thermal footage. Actually, we got some UFOs on thermal, some of the better ones we've ever recorded, and we also captured what just looks to be some big upright on two legs kind of thing. I mean, Bigfoot basically. But Logan County's awesome.
Not Joe, but
Thanks for joining us. Then Jen's in the house. Happy Halloween, weirdos. Happy Halloween right back at you. Oz in the Woods is here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we started an hour late, Oz. So trick or treat and all that good stuff. So, but we're back. So let's go here. Let's go. Yeah. Like Ron said, make sure you smash that like button and share it with your friends. Share it on your Facebook page. It really helps spread us out, and it kind of it helps us fight the algorithm. Because honestly, the Facebook algorithm really doesn't like the big red play button, and it the more shares we get over there, the more organic it looks, and it kind of boosts us a little bit. But any of those shares help tremendously, guys.
That they do.
So LR said it wasn't there when I went to bed, and it was around fog LEDs all over it. Very impressive. That'd have been cool. Was that? Oh yeah, that UFO that was out front in your yard, or your neighbor's yard. That's cool. I wish I could have seen that in person, but it looked great. Tony Breeden's here.
Tony,
what's going on, buddy? Joe's not saying it was Bigfoot, but it was Bigfoot. Yeah, roundabout. Angie, thank you. You're awesome. Senor Spookfest, what's going on, Spookfest? Hey, happy Halloween! Happy Halloween right back at you. Hope you're enjoying your time there up in the New England area, and you've got some decent weather to get out there this weekend. Because I know that we're going to be out there this weekend. But one thing that for the UFO people that is really good about the colder weather is it generally means clearer skies.
Absolutely.
And it makes for some excellent sky watching.
Perfect time for astronomy. Yeah.
Did you hear any extra spooky stories last night at the Halloween party?
There's a tale that Angie told that happened to her, but I think that's following
that one for later.
Yeah, that's an NDA, I think. But trying to think, it was mostly games and just lots of fun.
Good deal. Rob Posey, what's going on? Good to see you. Oh yeah. We sent some people over that way. Hopefully it gets a good turnout, man. Spookfest had that interview with Rawside Paranormal. So very cool. Very cool.
Oh yeah.
What do we got going on over here? Oh, that is cool. It's still lit up. I'm gonna LR, I'm gonna save that and throw it over on the on the show. That's fun.
Yeah, definitely bring that up.
I missed it. I looked for it tonight. I was in Canal City.
Oh, it's out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked for it tonight. That's where we took the kids trick-or-treating.
Oh, okay. Perfect area.
And I didn't see it. And word on the street is Zorp made an appearance. So I'm gonna be looking for some photos of Zorp out there.
Oh wow.
In the wild, yeah.
Oh, Zorp was out and about. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Ah, dang it! It's fighting me again.
Yeah.
It's that Facebook photo. Let me see. Save in a different format.
Computers don't like to play. They're only as smart as their user.
Right.
No, but have you heard anything fun stories or anything?
Well, at work today, there was a Halloween kind of themed party across the way. I work, for everybody who doesn't know, I work over at the state capitol in West Virginia, and so they have a variety of different holiday kind of events, and they had a whole thing going on all day at the cultural center. So there was some people hanging out around the building and all that stuff. And while I was walking around to go get the mail this morning, someone stopped me because I was wearing a small town monster shirt, and they recognized it. And so they started talking about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." And then they were talking about how they had seen some strange lights and whatnot in
Oh wow.
in the region, and like because they live in the Canal Valley,
Mhm.
and they had seen some strange lights, and we were talking, and they're like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Oh yeah," and there's these guys here. They're from West Virginia, and I started, really. Tell me more. And I guess the whole Superman Clark Kent thing is real because I was wearing my sunglasses. And so he starts saying, he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah," and he's like, there were these guys, they were doing some stuff at this place in West Virginia, and they were getting some off the charts reading. They're getting all that stuff like what Skinwalker Ranch. I was like, "Are you talking about Paranormal Horizons?" And he's like, I think that might be what it's called. Yeah, he's like, "It's all the small town monsters stuff though." He's like, "It's all great stuff. It's all great stuff." And um so I was like, "Well, yeah," and I didn't even tell him that it was me. Like I was like, "That's cool, man. I'm gonna have to check all that stuff out. I'm gonna check it out." And I was like, and I did tell him to go to wildandweirdwv.com and send in a report. So I'm curious to see if he actually sends that report in of his UAP sighting. And we'll see how that goes. Andy says, "What do you do there, Joe?" I work in the division of labor. So I'm over in the building. As you drive by it on the interstate, I'm in the building with the big like copper green patinaed roof. So that's where I be. But my
Yeah.
office has a nice golden dome view. 8 o'clock said, "Be right back. We'll be right here waiting for you." Yeah, like Ron said, ask your questions, any kind of topics you want to throw out this way tonight, or if you've got spooky stories that you want to share, throw them down in the comments. Just put a number in front if it's going to be like a multi-part comment, and I will group those together and read them off as they come in. um but yeah, today, so that was really interesting. That was fun. That guy recognized and so I told him to go send it in. I said, we actually research that kind of stuff. I was like, you should send it in. You never know what might happen. And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." It was great. It was great.
No,
Um,
gotta love those Clark Kent moments. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. And literally the only reason I didn't say, "Oh yeah, that's me and Ron," was because like I had to get back to work.
Yeah.
and I knew it was going to turn into this like thing because I think they were doing, again, everybody's here for this Halloween party that's over there. And it's like a Halloween block party kind of deal that they do at the cultural center. And they're not in a hurry to leave.
No.
so I didn't want to I had to get back to work.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to stay and talk, but
No.
I
It
did
reminds
give them the
me of
contact info and
yeah. That
all
story
that stuff.
reminds me of one of our listeners or watchers or whatever. Chris Parsons' favorite story about me. Like my Clark Kent moment with him. So
Yeah.
you know. So
So everybody remember, if you're in one of those states that does the clock rollback, that is this coming weekend.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Extra hour of sleep. Okay, cool.
Mm.
Fall back. Okay.
Yeah, an extra hour of not sleep. That's
Okay.
like
Sweet.
that's what we're talking about. Um, did he tell you needed other help? Oh, talking where is Trackway? Where'd Trackway come in? Where'd I miss him? There he is. I told my physical therapist today everywhere I was this year, and he was like, "Wow, you must like hiking." I said, "Well, I was looking for Bigfoot." Yeah, yeah. Uh,
I'm actually on camera, Trackway.
Spookfest says, "So how about the Castle mystery? If you don't know, check it out in Florida. Small guy built an 11-ton castle. Yeah, that place is actually pretty phenomenal. I lived in Florida for a bit and I actually visited the Coral Castle, and it was pretty weird. um, Like there was when I went there, one of the mechanisms that it couldn't, they'd kind of blocked it off because it needed repaired or something, but or maybe it might even be permanently blocked off now because it broke just over time. But yeah, it was really interesting, and that the fact that one dude built that
Yeah.
using rediscovered technology based off his claims, and yeah, it's pretty nuts that one guy pulled all that off.
No, it really is.
Yeah,
That place is that. I mean, at least like you were saying, at least it was amazing.
yeah, it was. And like it's now, I mean, gosh, you're talking that's been almost 20 years ago now. I'm
Yeah.
old. Like that was like 2004, I
Yeah.
think. So God, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, like that's oh
Realization moment of where everybody's
I,
at, you
I
know.
know. Oh man. So yes,
Happy Halloween.
Edward Leeds Scallon. I think I butchered it's German.
Ladskallen.
So yeah. Let's see here. I do want to talk about some weird stuff, right? I want to get into some of the spooky stuff because it's Halloween, so why not? Like we're actually live on Halloween night, right?
Yeah. How
Um,
often does this happen? Never.
yeah, it's we missed it by a day last year, so like you got to just lean into it hard. Um, how many of you guys? Because I know a lot of the folks who are out there in the chat right now. A lot of you guys are and or have been paranormal investigators. And the question that I want to ask, because I'm curious, I know what my experiences are, but I want to know your experience. Okay. The times of year, have you noticed increases in activity around specific times of year, specifically pertaining to like hauntings and paranormal activity, not necessarily high strangeness, UFOs and such, but more in the line of like spooky ghosty stuff. Seth is in the house. What's going on, brother Beans?
Seth.
Good to see you, buddy. I've been thinking of a tattoo idea I'm wanting to get, and I'm gonna come to you to get it. I think that I'm actually gonna get a ghost possum on my calf.
Right.
So
Perfect.
if I pull that trigger, I'm coming to you, brother.
No, possums are Seth's specialty. You know, people go to him for possums.
Oh, I know.
So, what was Lisa saying?
So Tony Breeden said Jim Mosley, then editor of Saucer News, might have been the first person to introduce the Coral Castle to the UFO community. Oh, that's a little historical
Nice.
nugget.
Larry.
Sorry I'm late. Happy Halloween, my wild and weird family. Happy Halloween right back at you, brother. We started late. Like we've only been live for 20 minutes. We've we were out doing the trick or treating stuff. So, here we are. We didn't want to leave y'all hanging. We had to give you something. I mean, it's Halloween.
Yeah. We would have filled the hour waiting for people to come in just fine, but it would have been for all 5 people.
Right? Exactly. So I don't know what the reason you guys see me like scraping my hand here, like I don't know what I did or what I got on my hands, but it like started it started to deconstitute the clay that I play with every week on the show. I just sit and kind of, you can't see it, but I just sit and knead it between my fingers. But it's like coming off on my fingers. Like you can kind of see it's like deconstituting. I have no idea why. Like nothing's been exposed to the table. So
Spooky Halloween season.
yeah,
To
my
your
clay
clay.
died. So Tommy says that his paranormal stuff happens more December through March. Interesting. July through November. Never considered. Okay, now see, for me, like Bigfoot stuff, that's exactly when except for me, it's more December through March. Then the summer into kind of like August, late August is nothing. And then late August through November. And the reason through November, it's rifle season. As soon as
Yeah.
rifle season kicks in for deer hunting, it's like, might as well be ghosts in the woods.
Yeah. No, I've noticed it's not necessarily a month or season for me. It's
Yeah.
just whenever I'm not looking.
Well, yeah, I've heard some people say that before. Spookfest says my house always got weird stuff, but I go looking for stuff that moves and had shadows that are weird voices. Check out Real Ghost Voice of Bridgewater Triangle, Massachusetts. What time of year? Like, have you noticed any kind of time of year things sort of like intensify? Like, is it spooky season? Is it during this, you know, because technically, like for a lot of cultures, these next couple days here are they're religious holidays. They're not just Halloween, dress up and go get candy, but like you've got Dia de la Muerta, you got the I'm gonna butcher it. I think Samhain or Samhain.
Samhain.
Yeah, Samhain, which literally it's that just means summer's end. But that was like a harvest festival. So
Actually, I mean, like also another one for me is like full moons. Like we had that chaos full moon. Like while I was watching you all, I was like I had a couple crystal skulls laid down on my little table out in the yard on me. I mean, they were on concrete and just laid down like they were asleep.
Ron brought up a little historical tidbit about the costume origins and why we dress up and wear costumes. For the Western European, or well, Northwest European, like where Samhain and Scandinavian and Irish and Scottish culture kind of married up.
Mm-hmm.
That whole region, they did dress up to ward off ghosts and spirits and demons. And then in Mexico, the Dia de la Muerta, November 1st, they would put out, bright colored. That's why you got the candy skulls and all that stuff. You would put out the brightly colored stuff to and dress up to blend in, and that was believed to be one of the days that the dead could come and kind of mingle and move around, and people would all dress up so nobody stood out, freaked out, whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say it was about integration.
Yeah.
Like we were supposed to,
Yep.
marry into it, and we wouldn't.
Angie said my creepy doll from the now closed Deep End Antiques threw itself off the table the other day. I think about that when I'm at work sometimes, just throwing myself off the table and just like,
Workman's comp on the clock.
Oh, man. Jen said, never noticed a difference ghost-wise. They do what they do when they do. It's kind of like what it's. I honestly think, and the reason I ask this question is because, every year you always hear about it, like a spike in it, right? But, oh, well, hold on. I'm going to, so Ron said when I was conducting OBE research, that's out of body, back in the day, they were more active during the fall months, periods of 5 years of data. Donna says for the Bigfoot activity, August and August only.
Wow.
Beth says I got voices on my new audio recorder last night saying something that I can't understand, but it was a whole sentence whispered into it. Oh, that's a trip.
Wow.
That. Trackway says I can't remember what happened when I was working in security. Was it spring or fall? I think it was fall. Spookfest says September. Nikki is in Adam's boat when she's not looking.
Nikki, thank you. Team Adam. I got
Then
one
let's
point.
see.
I got one person with me. Yay.
Beth says September to November. That's definitely a hot spot. Then let's see. CJ Boker around October or August to October for my area. Live in Oklahoma border where we have a lot of demonic entities in occult groups that flare up in the area.
Oh, do I need to go to Oklahoma?
Then let's see. Alrighty. So yeah, the reason I was bringing that up is, a lot of people, they'll say this time of month, right? Like the Halloween season. And I think the reason being, honestly, for that is because when is it touristy attractive to go ghost hunting?
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Yep.
You've got all these asylums and sanitariums and old prisons and old hospitals and all these things that are doing their big haunted ghost tours, and it peaks from September to depending on demand, second week in November.
Well, it's kind of like when is the peak season for fireworks?
Right.
You know?
Right. July. Specifically at like 2 a.m. for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow in that witching hour,
Rob Posey says, I've been meaning to ask, but what is the best way to send pics and stuff for the show? I guess I've kept missing that info. I'm going to throw it up on the screen for you right now. Bam. Rob, send it over to wildandweirdwv@gmail.com. That is the best way to get those pictures and video in the best quality to land in our lap, so that way we can throw them up on the show or just review the data. If it's not something you want to talk about on the show, that's totally fine. But that's the best way to get the highest quality renderings to us. So let's see. Ron's got an important announcement. Back to Wineberry episode for the finale of the investigation. November the 11th to squad members. The 13th is worldwide. So mark your calendars now. That's Wednesday, the 13th. You will be able to catch the finale. And oh my God, is it wild?
No, it's brilliant. It'll be great.
It was, I'm telling you, I still don't know what to make of it. We captured some of the best footage that exists, and it's going to be aired on some of this phenomena. I don't want to get too deep into it, but yes, it was absolutely off the rails awesome. So just keep that in mind, because it is something else.
No, it's gonna get people all riled up. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna make people question some stuff. That's for sure. Because I know it did me. Andrew said yes, the veil is thin, and we are open to it more as well. I think it more leans on that back half more than how thin the veil is at any given time. When it comes to like the whole term veil is it's a thin, transparent material. It's a thin fabric. So it just on a regular day is thin. But when you start, I think, focusing more on it, then you're able to, as Glenn would put it, intent your way through it.
I'm just gonna intent this.
Yeah. And then the Thursday after that, by the way, as always, is going to be the Beyond the Horizon show. So remember, watch it on the 13th and on the 14th. Join us here for Beyond the Horizon after show special, where you can ask all your questions to all the crazy stuff that you're going to see that night.
You get to harass and make fun of everybody here.
Yeah. Larry says, I've noticed in my research of battlefields that they peak around the anniversary of the battles, which would make perfect sense to me. But again, I'm one of the people that ascribe more to the stone tape theory. And that would make more sense, that basically the psychic energy and kinetic energy is bound up in that area, and it just kind of releases.
The tape is replaying.
Yep.
It's time. It's that time of year. Let's put out the ghosts of Napoleon's army.
Donna says, I don't think Bigfoots live around here. They're just migrating through this part of Arizona in August or something. That's very possible. Like you could be in a transit route where they're moving between food sources. Absolutely, Rob. Anytime, man. If you have any questions about anything else, like just throw them out there, man. Pat says, I'm just going to intint that veil thicker. There you go.
I had fun with you tonight, Pat. That was fun moving along.
Puppy dude.
Dog man.
Yeah, I wish I had like ATO that I could pull. That way I could have came and helped you guys. But like I don't have that yet.
No. So, but you were missed.
Yeah. Spookfest says 114 years after the accident at Fort Monroe, I went and did an investigation. It was very active. Tommy says, will it make West Virginia sign a bill to protect Bigfoot? Just saying. Probably not. That most states that have had that proposal, it's just been kind of laughed out, with the exception of 2 states. And it's a Bigfoot is a topic that unfortunately, no matter where you fall in the whole spectrum of it, is if you're a researcher, if you are an enthusiast, if you think Bigfoot's cool to watch on, TV format stuff, like those are all socially acceptable things. But when you start trying to, talk to people seriously about it, then that's when it becomes a problem. And I don't know why. Like the UAP topic kind of kicked the doors wide open, and in some of the briefing documents, it even mentions Bigfoot sightings and things like that. So I don't know why. I don't know.
Let's get Preston Bennett on here. He'll talk about Bigfoot and UAP sightings.
There you go. Trackway, you catalog these, right? I'm getting better with my new software and I'll soon have more time. I'm going on a filming blitz. Filming blitz sounds fun, Eyes.
Absolutely.
The veil thickens up on its own just fine.
I find if you put like a little slurry, a little bit of water and cornstarch together, it kind of comes together a little bit better.
Yeah. It's equal parts fat and flour. That's the key.
Yeah.
Get you a good thickening agent there, Pat. So Terry McCullum, my wife, told me she caught a glimpse of the shadow that's been hanging out around our house. She said that she caught the movement, but it didn't turn and look at it. She said that she didn't want to see it. Oh, boy.
Nice.
We need the rights for anomalous NHI now. Yes. Let's make the hashtag now. Make it so. Show that we were the first.
New crowd fund. Everybody.
We just need $8,000 and we can get the copyright for this.
Come on, everybody.
I think Baby Dog could at least be a state senator. Yeah, she'd probably be just about as useful. Bigfoot is an interdimensional space Wookiee. Pretty sure, like 90%. Exactly, Pat. Baby dog couldn't do a worse job. I work like across the walkway from Baby Dog. Baby Dog will listen if you have treats.
Shocker. Shocker.
There we go. Orb love. Oh, good Lord. Love and saucers. Orb love.
Kind of sounds
Love
like
and saucers too.
yeah. Sounds like we need to make like a funky beat to that one.
I know, right? Where's the theremin when you need it? So, alrighty. Spooky stuff. It is that season, and we've all told the stories. We've all heard the stories, and according to the crowd, according to the community, they've not seen a one distinct time of year that's active more than another. Because when I went through that list, it was all over the year. It was all 12 months. It was just different stuff.
It's all catered to the individual, what I've been saying for years.
That's what it seems like, right?
It's absolutely.
Like, are you looking? That's when you'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Tommy. Oh. Angie, I'm just glad that I don't have a Tudor's closer to the Capitol building because but oh man. All right. So yeah, Ron asked a question. How many of you keep journals of various paranormal incidents? See, this is good. Ron is almost better in the comments than on camera. These are gems of questions that he's thrown up here.
So Joe, I'll step in. You can be here and we'll keep Ron in the comments.
But no, for real, how many of you guys keep journals? I used to keep dream journals. I used to keep nature journals too. So like journaling wasn't something foreign to me.
No, I keep a journal whenever Ron plays that damn ukulele.
Pat says I do, but mine's empty right now. I keep Angie said she keeps a phone note app. Yes, those are very handy, and I have been a advocate for that for a long time, especially because it has the talk to text feature.
It's really handy. You can be driving and talk right into it. Not that I recommend.
Rob said, "Okay, I hate to be a payment. I'm not. Oh, I ran it on the screen. It is, bam, back on the screen, down at the bottom, underneath your comment there.
On the crawl. Look on the crawl.
Does video 100%? Video journaling does count. Any kind of journal, any kind of documentation. Oz keeps a documentary or documenting a journal. Spookfest says I keep a spooky notebook of things that happen after or not during investigations. Good. Anita says I did. I started chronicling it in my Facebook page. Very cool. It's a good place to do it. It's public.
Yep. Kind of helps with the copyright law. Kind of.
Donna says I keep journals, paranormal journals, weather journals, dream journals. It's fine until the strangeness hijacks your electronics. Huh.
True.
Yeah, you get to watch that on an episode too. CJ Boker, only a dream journal. Jen says I get off track, so it's an on and off journal thing. I used to match it to solar and weather, but as I had no one to share it with, I stopped. Art journal and dream journal.
Nice.
So, when you were going out and doing stuff, like I want to address some things because it's out there in the media, and people are consuming content. They're consuming TV shows. They're seeing all kinds of stuff. Um, and especially like some of the TV things that are out there right now, like the paranormal TV and research TV based stuff. Um, that there's like equipment that you guys can get and carry and keep on you that is very inexpensive, and it doesn't have to be like multi-thousand-dollar tech rollouts like what you see on the TV shows
Yeah.
to be able to collect data. You can collect that data, journaling this data. That's why I'm bringing it up right now, is because of the Ron bringing up the journaling of stuff, and it's just like keeping track of the data. When you really boil it down, that's what journaling is just data logging, right? Idea logging. Ideas are data. So anyway, um, you can get certain piece of equipment like a tri-field meter
Mhm.
and the dosimeters, Geiger counters, and um,
Crap.
like a small infrared camera. If you had a budget of like $600, you could get all three of them.
Yeah.
And still have some meat left on the bone to get a case or something to put it all in. You know,
Especially when our
um,
Harbor Freight has its sale.
right? Exactly. Get those Apache cases; they are fan freaking tastic. That's what we use. Um, Pat says I need to keep a broad spectrum radio jammer to keep the drones from following. What? You have drones following you, Pat? Of all things?
Pat, I hate to say it's me.
Rob Posey says, I never even noticed the scroll bar. It's okay, Rob. It's okay. It depends on what you're looking at too. Like if you're watching this on our phone, it for whatever reason, I've noticed that the scroll bar, if you're watching on the phone, like in landscape, it doesn't show up as well as it does when you turn it vertical.
Yeah.
So, but then the screen is like a quarter of your phone.
Yeah.
No one wants that. Um, Ron says those aren't drones, Pat. Donna says, what's interesting about journaling is when you go back and read something years later, you find that you've remembered some things a little different. So details in your journaling is important. Bingo. That's one of the reasons why I was a huge advocate for journaling. And if you are interested, you can go read an article that I wrote and published over on our website, wildandweirdwv.com, called Malleable Memory. And why it's so important to write things down after you see them, because your brains are very unreliable. And as you learn, as you develop and go through life, you by proxy replace things and will look at old data and say, oh, well, now I know what this is because of this experience or this new knowledge base that I have. I now understand what I saw differently. So your brain starts to plug and play with some of that information. And that kind of starts to take away from the original experience. Because when you start augmenting data, it gets worse. It's just like a game of telephone, right? But you're
That's
playing
exactly what I was going to say.
yeah, and you're playing it with yourself is the problem, because the biggest issue is your memory is a memory of the memory. It's
Yeah.
not really remembering the exact acts that took place. You're remembering your memory, and that's faulty. So, so yeah, it's extremely important to journal and document all that stuff. Beth says, I've watched stuff on TV and on YouTube and learned by being in the field that they were absolutely wrong. And got oh man, and got to correct it in my notebook. Good, Beth. Oh man. Pat says birds aren't real, so they must be drones, right? LR, is there a preference between digital versus analog recorders while attempting to record EVPs? There's one EVP recorder. It was a Sony, I think. Let me look. It's very expensive now.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
But it was an old tape recorder.
Yeah.
Oh nope, it was an Olympus. The Olympus, I think it was who made like the best, and it was a digital. But Sony, there was a Sony one that actually used those little mini tapes,
Mm-hmm.
and that one was really popular. Ron knows the exact specifics. Here we go. Ron on the money there with that. LR digital tends to be more reliable, but old analog magnetic recorders recorded in a completely different way. Unfortunately, they're not long lived due to the degradation of the iron based tape. Yes. It eventually gets to the point where when those tapes roll, they just snap.
Mm-hmm.
Your memory doesn't know how to memory correctly. Exactly. Trackway brings up another very valuable point. If you're doing audio, you need to understand the physics of sound. 100% agree. 100%. Tony says squirrels are spies. I disagree. Squirrels are demons. Tree rats. Can't stand squirrels. Spookfest says, seen some new civilization found in Mexico changing history, and the alien mummies in Peru have some fingerprints and DNA that doesn't match any human. I'll buy that Peruvian mess whenever it doesn't come from the sources it's coming from. But you are correct. They found like another 4 hectares, which is a freaking ton of space that is using LiDAR. And the estimation is that this area was used for roughly 10,000 years and was home to over 100,000 people. Not over that 10,000 years, but like at once. This is how big this central hub was. Very impressive. LiDAR is just blowing my mind. Tommy says, I've seen 2 Apache. 2 Apache helicopters flying around they flew over the Capitol this morning and yesterday. They're in the area training.
Yeah. Last year about this time I saw them going up the New River.
Yeah. Yeah, it was it was interesting because all of a sudden like it flew low over the Capitol. It was just, boom, 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 and I was like, what? Why? Trackway says, get a relatively cheap Sony digital recorder. Use a deity microphone. Fantastic combo for under $60. Good recommendation. Good recommendation. Let's see. Squirrels are spies for demons. Ron threw up a RT EVP recorder. Trackway said, try a 3D photography app. Some of them like are okay. Pat says apparently Wi-Fi jammers are illegal now, and I'm sad. Well, Pat, all you got to do is make your own. It's just going to take microwaves.
Yeah.
Terry McCullough, our minds filter out of a lot of what we experience to prevent sensory overload. It really does. It does. You're right. 40 yards above the house shook my house. 100%. Do believe that. Yeah.
They occasionally come over my house too, do the same thing.
Let's see. Lisa's going to the Trans-Allegheny on Saturday. Have a transcription app for my team's meetings that I'm going to experiment with and see if it will pick up. Ah, clever girl. I like that idea. Very good. That's a fun use of new technology. So anyway, back to the whole tech thing. Like you guys, if you want to collect real evidence and you want to collect real data that's valuable, and and can lead to any kind of real success out there. You gotta get some stuff that's actually going to work, and then after that, you actually have to take it with you. Like that's the most important part. Like if you got it and you put it in a box and it doesn't make it out in the field with you, it's not really doing a whole lot. So you got to take it with you.
Hammer's not going to hammer in the toolbox.
No, it's not. And you've got many of you have one of the best cameras on the market in your pocket.
Yep.
And all you got to do is just hit that record button. And you can video document the evidence as it's being recorded, and then take those journals, those physical notes, and make them right there on the fly. And that way you're able to match the handwritten transcribed events with audio events, and you can make notes on the time. So that way you can go to certain times in the recording to reference those times. Things might have happened, and you can enhance audio, enhance video, things of that nature, just to play around and see what's up. It comes very in handy being able to, on the move, use a amazing 4K camera in your pocket and just record what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm. And if you get really good at doing it, or you really enjoy it, you can always get the gimbal for your phone as well. That makes it easier to film.
Yeah. And you can get decent gimbals now for like $75.
Yeah. I mean,
like they're not amazing, and they're not going to do motion tracking, but they're going to keep your phone level.
Yeah.
Right.
At least,
and usually they got tripod legs built in.
Yeah. And I mean, like if you go running after an orb, at least it won't look like
yeah, and don't zoom.
Zoom.
But yeah, guys, like use the technology that you've got available. Use the information that you've got available. Make it work. Make it make sense, right? Because if you're going to go out and you're going to say you have data, you better be able to back it up. Whether it is spooky season and everybody's like all into it right now, or if it's, the week before Christmas and, you are recording weird audio anomalies and strange energy signatures in areas where you shouldn't be.
Well, also think about, you can cut down the price with, sadly, 3 weeks from now, Black Friday.
100%. You're right. 100%. Go and go on Amazon, and Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Go and hit those deals. Look, go and look and try to dig and find the best possible price you can on this stuff. I've got a camera sitting right now in my in my cart that I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
And I'm holding out a couple weeks, and I'm waiting to see if they offer a Black Friday deal, and if they do, ching, pull on the trigger.
Yep.
But that's just, it's the best way to do it, and you don't have to buy it all at once. You can go slow. So if you don't have $600 or something you can spare, start with $50 that you can spare. Start with $25 that you can spare. Just get a half decent audio recorder. Yeah. Couple that with your phone, and then you've got a lot right there.
For the price of a coffee every day.
Yeah, right.
You can save up to feed.
Yeah, Beth says most of the stuff that she got for us was actually on a phone. Yeah, it's true. It's a lot of those pictures she sent, those red orbs, these bad boys, if they're still in here somewhere. I'm pretty sure they're still here. Oh, no, they're not. How about that? They're gone. I thought they were in here.
I think I just came up with a good commercial for Wild and Weird.
Oh.
Start playing Sarah McLachlan. The sad song.
In the arms of angels.
Show a bunch of everyone here, like sad pictures of them, and we can always come on and go, for the price of a coffee a day, we can support our local investigators to get better equipment.
Ron brings up a good point. iPhone shooting in 4K video gets amazing results when it's imported into a photo editing software. Really does.
Yeah, it blows up.
Parts of Paranormal Horizons was shot on phones.
Yeah.
Both Android and iPhone. So the biggest thing here that I want you to take away is, regardless of whether or not the spooky season is spookying for you, it apparently, according to the chat, goes year round. And like Adam said, it's sort of tailored to you. So go do something. get out there, go do it.
I can help you open up to it to make it happen year round. Christmas every day if you want it. Come to my CE5.
Lisa says, Ron, which photo software do you use? Google Photos works well for me, but I like something better. Adobe.
Yeah. Adobe,
we use Adobe, Lisa.
Yeah. And Lisa, I need to get a hold of you for further meditation.
Pat says, I'm recording the IR signature of invasive bipedal animals at my house sometimes. So humans?
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Now, when and so again, some of the stuff you see on paranormal TV, especially this time of year, because they're all doing their big like end of the season specials, or they're all doing Halloween specials this weekend. You'll be able to catch them. Take it for a grain of salt. Like, unless it's like super trustworthy, take it for a grain of salt. And the best way to catch data is have a camera and have your tools with you.
You got to use them. You got to use them.
So if you're going to be going out and doing something on Dia de la Muerta tomorrow evening, take at least your phone.
Yep.
Lisa's going to be using some tech on her phone. Ron says, for only $1 a day, you can help ensure that an orb gets the recognition it deserves. These poor wandering balls of energy need you to notice them, and your generous donations make it possible.
Someone stopped as soon as I come over here and noticed it.
So, John Keel.
Yeah.
And the flashlight.
Nothing up there. I'm firing 3 shots. All right, we're gonna go back out there under the weird tree anomaly. We're gonna take the spectrum analyzer with us.
We usually get some kind of feedback.
It's a feedback. There is nothing logical about flashing a laser at a hillside.
Yeah, right.
That should make a frequency appear.
Watch the movement of this thing.
What this unequivocally showed is that you and I will walk directly into a fate trap. Perfect way to end that little segment. Oh, man. Anyone here tried the flashlight technique while goes hunting? And thought, yeah, I mean, clearly in the preview that you just watched, we used the flashlight technique. You're talking about ghost hunting, the flashlight technique, and thoughts. Okay, so I'm gonna say this about the flashlight technique. There are various people who swear by it, and it's really popular. Ron says, Jen, I'm convinced at this point it won't matter where it's pointed. So back to Jen there. The this technique where you've got everything kind of unscrewed and loose, and you're just waiting for something to arc and energy to arc and connect to make the flashlight come on. I'm not super sold on that technique, just because like moisture can cause that, moisture in the air. When the AC kicks on, the heat and cool can cause metal and things to swell, and that can cause connectivity. Now, the only time that I've ever been in a place where a flashlight method was used was with Ron. And it worked, but not the way you think. The lens cap, which was a clip-on lens cap, it was red, I believe, was the color that he had set. It rolled off and came off to a white light. That to me was phenomenal.
Was
it was
it
green.
one of those screw-on?
It was a you screw where the battery connects, right? But this was like a pressure cap.
Yeah.
Like you pop it on into place, and the cap came and actually rolled off. Like it didn't pop off and fall. It like slowly here, like this is all green, and then slowly turned and exposed white light on the wall, and then it was a trip. And we actually caught it on video. No. Very interesting. This was a long time ago. It was before I had kids. Because Kelly was there. But yeah, that's the only time I've seen the flashlight method in a way that I thought would like work. Let's see. By the way, guys, next week is going to be our In Focus episode. So we're going to be doing all of your videos, audio, anything that you've sent us over the last little bit. And we're going to be taking, questions, comments, any of that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty interested in seeing what you guys got coming there. Because we had a lot going on this week or this month, and we didn't get to the In Focus. It was supposed to be tonight, but I didn't want to do it necessarily on a short night. I wanted to be able to give it what it needed, and so we're going to do it next week. We're going to bump In Focus off to next week. Larry says the only time that I believe the flashlight method worked was when I had footsteps walk up to me and the light turn on. That's a trip. Spookfest had a rocking chair a bit one time. Very crazy Home Alone for 10 days on the 7th day. And that didn't sleep for a while. Okay. Ron says Jess has pulled off some amazing results. Either the technique and a few times, still can't explain it fully. And Miss Trackway finally made it. Happy Halloween.
Hey, happy Halloween.
Let's see. I think it has to do with the petitioner's energy and focus asking or assisting the spirit. Very, very well could be. I don't know. There's too many variables for that one to really be functional, for my opinion. Like, at least for any kind of like real, like if you're trying to prove it to somebody, too many variables on that end. Not, I know what I'm doing, Ron. I got this. When it comes to the flashlight thing, it's fun. It's a good introductory thing, I guess. But there's a lot of there's just too many variables. Too many reasons that it could connect and go off.
To
like
me,
if it was, if it could be limited to like one potential thing that could cause it to go off, like I would be more apt to use it myself. But yeah, too many variables for me.
To me, it's like a Ouija board, but with flashlight.
Hey.
Keeping it free, Larry.
Larry, thanks, brother.
Children of the Cube.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. Speaking of you guys, we're actually going to get ready and wrap up here in a minute because 6 a.m. comes early, folks. So we are going to wrap up at usual time. Once summer gets here, or actually, the show that we have during some of these holiday breaks, we can run a little late. And at least I'll be able to be on a little bit later. But tonight we're going to get ready and wrap her up. So for everybody who's here, this show is brought to you by our fine folks here that donate to us and support the show and help keep the research rolling. It's you guys that have kept this thing alive through some of the hardest times, and for that we thank you. So those folks are the executive producer, Adam Good, L.W. Marshall, Teresa of Teresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State, Larry Hose, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, Finding the Trackway, Lisa, Tommy Swigger, Pat, Seth Beans Lamille, Small Town Monsters, Guitar Chains Craig, Travis Erednick, Jeffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Bigfoot Littlefoot, Terry Summerfield, Sarah Ramsey, Julie Bug, Donna Ho, Angie Breeden, Jane Clower, Jamie Snell, Ike the Fob Daddy Fobber, Ashley Hill of On Wednesdays We Talk Weird, Lotus Flower, Dewey the Deuster Edwards, Wendy the Pooh Bear, Asher's Creation, Spirit Brothers, Paranormal UK, Pat Noble, and Richard Minnick. Thank you guys for keeping this show alive. Thank you for keeping it free for everybody for eons and eons to come. It is because of you that we've got some of the most amazing footage, some of the most amazing community. It is because of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We cannot.
Thank you, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Beth just said, my mom just told me that up in the old White House by the graveyard, the TV turned on when she went to turn it off and it wouldn't go off. She went to unplug it and it was unplugged already. So you had some kind of external power source, like something that was powering that thing almost like a Tesla.
Nice.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
I love it.
Ron says, some use dowsing rods as well, others can't. Problem is they need to be validated or followed with other equipment. Yeah. I agree. But I almost like people who can use dowsing rods, I would buy into the dowsing rods before I'd really buy into the flashlight method still. Just because there's just too many variables. When you've got like temperature fluctuations, you've got two variables right there, up and down. You've got moisture, that's two variables, up and down. You've got the age of the batteries. And if the batteries are swelling, there's two more variables. So now we're at 5. And then you've got the one that everybody hopes is the one, which is like some kind of an electromagnetic, arc that is being made by the potential entity that you're trying to communicate with. There's just 5, sometimes maybe 6 hurdles to get over before you get there. Because even the angle of the thing, so even the angle has to do with it. Like if the batteries are going to slide because of gravity.
Oh, we need to fix up Fodnik, the trackway there.
What is it?
We need to fix up finding the trackway's name on the crawl.
Oh,
It's fitting the trackway.
yeah, I'll get in there and fix that. Look at you, executive producing over there. Beats says, okay, bye, folks. Safe, well, and happy spooky day. Same to you, Beats. Good seeing you in here tonight.
Good night, Beats.
The new puppy Braxy says, good night, everyone. Good night, little Braxy. Lisa says, good night, Wild and Weird family. Angie, great show, guys. Well, we appreciate you. Nikki Bennett, good night, everybody. You guys are all fantastic. Not to be confused with Kill's flashlight experience. Absolutely not. Kill's flashlight experiments were not like that, and you do get to see us use those. Those flashlight experiments, I can get behind. Larry says, the scariest thing ever was the radio turning on and every station had the Dixie Chicks. Earl had died on it. That would be that would be absolutely terrifying, Larry. 100%.
Especially if your name is Earl.
Ron agrees. Absolutely, Tony. It is a totally different animal. Totally different animal. Well, guys, thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us. Adam, thank you for joining and being the executive producer co-host tonight.
Thank you. Happy to do it. Anytime you need me, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
You got it, brother. We appreciate you so much, man. And everybody that's out there sitting, we appreciate each one of you guys. Hope you've all had a good Halloween. Hope you enjoyed trick-or-treating tonight. And again, if you guys are of the Latin American community, happy Dia de la Muerte tomorrow. Enjoy the time that you've got with your families. Enjoy this holiday. Get ready because it's about to get cold, folks. Fingers crossed, anyway. I'm not seeing any more 80-degree days. And next week, remember, we're going to be doing In Focus next week. So if you have videos, if you have audio or pictures, send them in. wildandweirdwv@gmail.com. Reach out. Get a hold of us. Let us know. We'd love to see your footage. We'd love to go over it. And we've got a whole bunch of people here who are really, really cool people and aren't going to just eat it and destroy it. So have fun, guys. Thanks for joining us. You guys are amazing. Remember, 11th of November and the 13th of November. 11th is for Small Town Monster members, Paranormal Horizon, 4K, no ads. The 13th is the Wild and Weird worldwide release of Paranormal Horizons Wineberry finale. Go check that out. There's footage on there that will blow your mind. I promise you. There's things that I cannot get my brain wrapped around. There are things that happened those nights that, and the footage that we got and some of the data that we retrieved that permanently shifted some of my thought process. So check it out. November the 11th, members only, 4K, no ads, Small Town Monsters members. Do the thing. Go support them. Supporting them supports us. Then on the 13th, everybody worldwide, go do the thing. November 13th. Mark your calendars now. And remember, when you go out and you aim a flashlight at the sky and something blinks back, don't turn around. Stay wild and weird, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Maybe. It won't end.
Yeah.